What's going on, you guys? If you're new here, my name is Matt and I want to welcome you to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about a very interesting project that came across my desk, and it's called Fleamint. Fleamint is a extremely robust project trying to do so many different things. So I'm going to do my best to break it down for you guys in a palatable and understandable way, the best that I can. The team at Fleamint has already been working on the project for 14 months. So this has been a long time in the making. I think about 6 months ago, they had a private seed sale that their token FLMC, which is like the lifeblood of their entire ecosystem, which we're going to cover, was 70 cents. Right now, they're having their pre-sale just for a few more days where you can get the token for $1.35. So anyone who got into that seed sale is already up and doing well. I believe the seed sale people had vested tokens. I'm not sure. You guys can go and check that out. In terms of the team cannot dump on your head. The team tokens are vested for 4 years. So the allocation of the tokens doesn't even start for 2 years. Once 2 years happens, they begin to roll out the allocation of the tokens, and it takes 48 months before they get all of their tokens. So this is quite different than what we normally see in DeFi and in crypto. They have a long-term projection for this project. They have a roadmap that goes out 10, 20 years, and the team can't even touch their tokens between 2 and 4 years from now. So as I mentioned, the lifeblood of their entire ecosystem is the Fleamint token, which is FLMC. At the time of this recording, the pre-sale is only going to be live for a few more days. The reason for that is they have a MEX listing coming up on September 13th. So this is going to be a big deal for them at Fleamint. No one knows what's going to happen, but typically when something launches on something like MEX, the price could go up. No one's saying that it will, but it has that potential, right? So everyone who's in the pre-sale, you have options. The team obviously has a very long-term mindset, but let's be honest, most people have a very short-term mindset in crypto. They're trying to aim for the people that have a longer mindset, trying to educate them and move them from more of the degen style into like a long-term real-world asset crypto investor. But hey, people are going to do whatever they want. So you have the option if you buy in the pre-sale and let's say the price goes up, and no one's saying that it is going to go up, but if it does, you could flip your tokens for a quick profit. So I just wanted to make you guys aware about the MEX listing on September 13th. Again, the pre-sale, I'll have this link down below. It's going to be presale.fleamint.com. It's only going to be open, I think, up until the MEX listing. Also, I think it's important to note that the Fleamint team has already raised over $11 million for their project, and none of it came from venture capitalists. I get the vibe that the team is really interested in serving the little guy and not putting this in the hand of venture capitalists that could buy huge amounts of the FLMC token and dump it on everybody's head, but to really think through all angles and make sure this is something that's going to be sustainable, it's going to be fair, and it's going to be available to the average investor. Okay, so we talked about what's happening with the pre-sale. We talked about the MEX listing on September 13th, but if you're like me, you're probably wondering, why would I even buy the FLMC token? Why is it a big deal? Like I mentioned before, Fleamint is a super robust project. So let's break down exactly what it is. And then you could probably see where the FLMC token is going to get its value, because it's going to be used all throughout this entire crazy big ecosystem. So the way I see it, Fleamint has, I think, like 4 main components that make up the majority of what they're wanting to do. So the first thing is they're wanting to have a decentralized marketplace. They're wanting to be the marketplace. So think about something like Amazon. And I know that's crazy to even try to compare them to that. And Fleamint at this point has everything in the world to prove. So keep that in mind. I'm not saying they are Amazon, but that seems to be their goal. This is what they want to be in the Web3 space. So it's going to be a marketplace where you can buy and sell digital assets. And this could be anything from clothes, it could be gadgets, it could be real estate. Their whole goal is to take real world companies and digitize them and take them from Web 2 to Web 3 and to bring them into their marketplace. And as you could probably guess, every transaction that happens on the marketplace is going to utilize the FLMC token. So you could use the FLMC token to buy and sell your digital assets, or even if you use USDC to buy something on the marketplace, on the back end, it's going to convert that and use that USDC to buy FLMC. And so you can see the more volume they can drive to their marketplace, the more buy pressure it's going to put on the FLMC token. So let's put this in perspective, because this marketplace idea is a grandiose idea and it's super crazy out there. So they need a rock solid, rock star team to be able to pull this off. And they need to be excellent at being able to bring companies in and pitch them their vision to make them want to be a part of this. Well, these guys already have, in real estate alone, they brought in over $600 million worth of properties into the platform that people can purchase using FLMC. So this idea of becoming the go-to global Web3 marketplace is a huge idea that the implementation of it is kind of scary and it's never been done before. And they would need this amazing, rock solid, rock star team to be able to do it. So their CEO is James Gillingham. He's already started and grown a business to over a $1 billion valuation. So it seems to me that he knows how to do this. He's not a stranger at creating a company at this kind of scale, which also brings me to the point that their whole team is fully doxed. You can see them on their YouTube videos. You can look up their LinkedIns, and every company that they bring into the marketplace, to my knowledge, is going to be vetted for security and actually fully doxed. So when you're interacting on the marketplace, you can have the safety and security knowing that the company is legit. It's not like some basement company that just started that's going to be on this marketplace. It's going to be fully vetted real world companies that have real world assets that are brought online in a Web3 way. And then you have access to them from the marketplace. And the next logical question would be, why do these companies need Fleamint? I think there are a couple different answers to that question, but number one, these companies don't know how to do what Fleamint is offering to do for them, which is to tokenize and bring their real world assets online to Web3 and make them available in a marketplace. And Fleamint, this brings me to another point. The reason that they don't need their token allocation within the first 2 years is that they're actually a real company and they're providing a Web3 consultancy for these projects, and they're getting paid to bring these projects online. So they're actually taking their salaries from bringing the projects into the Web3 space and helping them facilitate that whole process. The second answer to why these companies would need Fleamint is, again, think about Amazon. And I'm very hesitant to compare them to Amazon. Remember, this is their vision and their goal. I'm not saying they are that. But for illustration purposes, the reason that people would want to sell their products on Amazon is because they have a built-in massive audience that would be exposed to their products and services and want to buy them. So apart from the marketplace, which I think is a huge part of it, they're going to have their own DEX. So they say you're going to trade crypto assets with trust and security with their own decentralized exchange. They're also going to have their own community and social network. So this is going to be interesting. They're really wanting this to be an all-inclusive solution that doesn't exist yet. I think they're even going to have a Fleamint wallet if I read correctly in some of the documentation. And the last thing is what they're calling ventures. And if I go to the ventures tab, for example, they have this one project right now called Champagne Charlie. It's actually an NFT horse syndication. So it opens the door for you to be able to invest in companies, in projects like an actual racehorse team where you could look it up on ESPN and verify that this is a legit racehorse or project, and then you can earn off of these ventures. So in the marketplace, you're actually buying and selling assets. But on the venture side of things, you're actually making investments that you can earn off of, whether that be something like Champagne Charlie, which is a horse syndicate, which is kind of a far out there thing that most people would be like, wow, I've never had an opportunity like that because it's not available to most average people. Or maybe in the future, they'll have real estate that you could be a part of owning, let's say an apartment building or something that you couldn't do all by yourself. So this is kind of an interesting arm of what they're doing, the venture side of things. And again, all of this is going to utilize the FLMC token. The token itself is going to be deflationary. It's going to start out with 20 million tokens. So it's not going to have a billion tokens. It's only going to have 20 million tokens. And from day one, it'll be deflationary. And they have several mechanisms in place to make it deflationary over time. Like I've already stated a few times in this video, this all sounds really good and it sounds super exciting. It sounds like the team is trying to do something the right way. It seems like they're trying to produce real world assets by bringing real world companies online in a Web3 way. And that sounds awesome. But the team still has to actually pull this off, right? They've been working on it for 14 months. They're on their way to doing it. The token is in pre-sale right now. Like I mentioned before, on September 13th, they're going to have this MEX listing, and you guys will have the opportunity, if you want to, if this sounds cool to you, if this sounds like something you want to do, you could buy into the FLMC pre-sale. Then you have a choice to make. Do you want to flip your tokens when the MEX listing happens? Is that something you want to do? Or for the people that have a longer term mindset, they have this unique staking option. It's single-sided staking of the FLMC token where it's different pools. And once the pools are full, it'll roll down to the next APR level. But the first pool is going to be 888% APR of your FLMC token staking for a 150-day period. So there are limited spots. Once they're full, the next pool will open. This one will be 500% APR, and then this one will be 250. And this is for people that have a longer term perspective on the project where you can be earning more and more FLMC token. So there are a few options that you have with the FLMC token. Once you buy it in the presale, there's no vesting. So if you buy it in the presale, there's no vesting. You can utilize the tokens right away. And there is not a buy and sell tax on the token either. So you're kind of free to do what you want buying in the presale. James and the team are located in Singapore, actually. And because they know regulation is coming in crypto, they're trying to get ahead of the game and do this right. So they're trying to do everything by the book to be in line with all the regulation that's coming. And one of the things that they're doing to help facilitate this is they partnered with Amazon Web Services. So that's kind of a big deal. Amazon is rolling out something called Chain Query. And in order to help with being in line with all the regulation coming down the pipeline, they wanted to utilize Amazon's Chain Query. They think it's a perfect match for Fleamint's commitment to compliance with anti-money laundering laws. So this Chain Query is going to ensure that all the money that's coming into the platform is legit money. So this is my review of what's happening at Fleamint. I think it's a big deal they got this partnership with Amazon Web Services. I encourage you guys to get the white paper, read into it, and don't invest in this project unless, number one, you believe in the project and the team and the tokenomics seem good to you. I'll have the Discord link below this video, so make sure you jump in there and start asking your questions, start talking to people, start doing your research. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm simply reviewing the project, giving you all the information so you can make your own educated decision upon investing or not investing. That wraps up my review of Fleamint. If you guys enjoyed this video and it brought you value, I want to invite you to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. You guys are amazing. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.